Religion should have no basis in governance whatsoever. Okay? Communism. You like the weekend? Thank a union for that. Thank some communists for that. Okay? Off topic, I'm sorry. Hey, man, I'm a newer fan watching you for a year now. I live in a very conservative third world nation, borderline extremism among most people. As a Muslim, you gave my progressive feelings a voice, so thanks, man. I have a question for you, man. How do I reconcile my progressive values with my religious beliefs? So what's your suggestion for someone like me? I mean, your religious beliefs are always going to be up to interpretation. If it gives you comfort, the religious practices, if they give you comfort, then by all means, continue, right? It's great. If it gives you a sense of purpose, if it's if it's important for you, then as long as it doesn't interfere with other people's civil liberties, I don't have any issue with people's religious perspectives. It's the conservatism, I think, and the bastardization of religion that is frustrating. So just do your own thing, because ultimately, all religion is still like a code of ethics, right? At the end of the day, all religion is just like a rule book of like what you're supposed to do. There's some stuff in there that I find to be strange, some rules that I don't fully understand or abide by, but I'm the worst possible person to ask about said rules, because like I said, I'm not exactly a practicing Muslim myself. Having said that, the way I contend with that is like, even if God was real and one of the Abrahamic religions or any number of different religions was the correct one, let's say, right? As long as you're a good person, and if there is a heaven, as long as you're a good person, I don't think God is going to be like, Allah is going to be like, oh, I don't know, man, you drank some alcohol. Sorry, you're not going to see Jannah, or you're not going to see heaven. You tried your very best your whole life, but you also didn't pray 5 times a day. Or you tried your very best your whole life, but you never actually, let's say Catholicism, you never actually confessed your sins. Okay. I guess I'm cooked then, That is the way I see it. The way I see it is an all-knowing, all-loving, omnipotent, omnipresent God at the end of the day is going to look at all the things you've done, if it is real, right? Because we have no way of knowing. But let's say it's real. Okay, let's say heaven is real. You think God's gonna be like, nah, dude, sorry, you didn't do all the other stuff. You tried your very best to be a good person your whole life, but honestly, you fuck with bacon pretty hard, You were eating a lot of bacon, and that is not all right. Okay, I'm cooked then. What are you going to do? If he is, I'm crashing out at the heavenly gates. Yeah, me too. I'm going to be like, that is messed up, man. That is messed up. Don't do that. Yeah, you wore blended fabrics. You wore blended fabrics, so you're cooked. Not much you can do about that. I think your view on religion has matured a bit. If you think that this wasn't already my starting point when it comes to religion, since I started being a political commentator, I don't know what to tell you. This has always been what I've been saying. I'm very chill about that kind of thing. I was a way edgy r/atheism Andy back in the day when I was in Turkey, but since I've been in America, my opinion has evolved. Do you believe Kai is a bear? Yes. I remember you saying this exact same shit in 2019. Yeah. I mean, when it comes to governance, obviously, I don't abide by religious standards. I don't believe in that. I think it has nothing to do with governance at all. It shouldn't have anything to do with governance. And I say that as a Muslim, and the Quran is supposed to be the most like comprehensive religious text, which is precisely because like it does have a factor in governance. Like it does have details of like how you are supposed to govern society. Like that's what Sharia is. It just means law, right? There has been historic Muslim nations, including the Caliphate under the Ottoman Empire, that like didn't actually abide by the religious commandments, abide by the religious law, Sharia. right? So it's always subject to interpretation. But yeah, I don't fuck with militant atheism. I think it's annoying, and it's perhaps like one of the most annoying aspects of religious people that like try to proselytize is like how right they are, because they feel like they're just right and they want to do this thing, like they want to save you. And then militant atheists do the exact same thing in the direction of atheism. And then they'll just be like, well, it doesn't matter because I'm right. And it's like, okay, but you're still a fucking asshole. Not only is it unproductive, but you also don't know that you're 100% right. And not that it matters. Like, just focus on the areas of impact where it does matter. If someone is like using religion to push for conservative values, then that's perfectly fine to just be like, that's, that has no basis in this conversation. Religion should have no basis in governance whatsoever. Okay? Live and let live. Maybe that's the Ottoman in me, and also pay jizya, and then you're good. Anyway. It's kind of funny that this is like probably one of the least controversial topics that I broach with regular frequency. And I think that should tell you exactly what kind of topics we cover here normally. That like the religion subject is like probably one of the least controversial things we talk about. Meanwhile, many streamers would not even dare to even broach this part of the conversation. What have you met a Muslim baddie? I've met so many Muslim baddies. What do you mean? The fuck? I grew up in a Muslim country, chatter. That's like, for the first 18 years of my life, the only baddies I knew were Muslim baddies, bro. What are you talking about? Also, all women are baddies. Your terrible music takes are the most controversial topic on the stream. Yeah, true. It's true. Need me a Muslim baddie? Okay, chill. Tell that to the DACA Christian nationalist that was on the Jube. Yeah, but the problem there is not that he's a Christian. The problem there is that he's a Christian nationalist. Or the problem there is that he's a Christian nationalist who's a DACA recipient, which is like inherently, it's a concept that doesn't make sense, because all the Christian nationalists are not trying to do actual Christianity. They're trying to do the opposite.